Thank you, Lady Varcolex. It's good to see you, my dear. I'm glad you're here. Happy Wednesday. We'll be on here soon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Ingrediology, our Wednesday weeknight dinner. Today on stream, we're going to be making an Argentinian steak. Now, if you didn't know this already, Argentina is the largest consumer of beef per capita in the entire world. They have amazing cuts of beef, and they know how to treat it right as well. My favorite preparation of steak comes from Argentina. Now, I know there's all sorts of different toppings you can put on steak, from A1 steak sauce to béarnaise, but my favorite is chimichurri. And I'll be showing you today how to make this delicious chimichurri. It's like a pesto, but with cilantro and parsley instead. There's a little bit of acidity inside of it due to the red wine vinegar we're gonna be using. There's some garlic and then a mixture of coriander, cumin, and red pepper flakes all mixed in. And it just has that perfect amount of acidity to complement the steak. Now, we're also gonna be talking in depth today about how to temp your steak, how to set up your grill, what resting is and the importance of resting your steak, and then how to cut this specific type of meat. We're gonna be using flank steak today for our steak. Now, this has been a relatively underappreciated cut of meat until recently. Here over the past 5 to 8 years, it's risen in price as it has risen in popularity across restaurants, and butchers are realizing, oh, we can sell this a little bit more. How are you guys doing down in chat today? I see Tef, we had Lady Varkalex hanging out here earlier. Everybody else, give me a shout out. We're not going live out on Tastemade today, but we will be joining them as a recording here later on for our Tastemade folks. If you're watching this here on April 27th, 7 days from now, I am currently on a mountain trip, but we had already scheduled this class and I didn't pay close enough attention to it. I'm gonna be hanging out in the chat with you though, as we play this recording for you, even though I'll probably be relaxing back next to a nice mountain stream. You can think of me in that way. And if you have any questions here at the end of class, or if you have any live questions, feel free to put them in the chat box, but you can also email me at logan@ingrediology.org. So chat, is someone up for cooking along tonight? Yeah. Do we have anybody in chat who's going to be joining us this afternoon and doing the recipe alongside us? Give us a shout out in the chat. I'd love to see. I know Jess Josie does it from time to time. Oh, you want the shot of our ingredients? He's going to be lazy while you all cook. Exactly. I'm just going to be lazy while you guys are working hard in the kitchen today. I'm gonna have to figure out the technical side of that, but that's something we'll talk about here a little later on. Let's go over to our shot. This is, well, that kind of climbed up on the other cutting board. But these are the ingredients we're gonna be needing in our chimichurri. We have 2 cups of parsley leaves, 1 cup of cilantro. We also have, we gotta wait on the camera here. Will it make it? It might make it. Ooh, just barely. We have 3 cloves of garlic, as well as 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, red chili flakes, ground coriander, cumin, and then a 3/4 cup of olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, that is. Oops! Kelly Lynn Colby, welcome to the stream. It's great to see you. Hello, hello. Do we have anybody joining us over here on YouTube or Facebook? Hello to our YouTube and Facebook viewers as well, if you're just joining us. Here, we're gonna reverse that shot. Hold on, pause that. Boop, boop, boop. I saved it, everybody. I brought it back. Now, let's see. I need to get out a fillet knife. For those of you at home who are gonna be cooking along, you are gonna wanna have your grill preheating outside. Now, I also said that you can use a cast iron skillet to sear the steak if you'd like to. The technique is gonna be very much the same when it comes to getting your pan really hot, searing it on each side, and then watching our temperature with our instant read digital thermometer. So, I'd like to talk about this real quick. This is the second most important piece of equipment in your kitchen. This is an instant read digital thermometer. The first most important piece of equipment, of course, being your chef's knife, and having a good sharp chef's knife is gonna be great, but this is going to guarantee the proper cooking temperatures of all of your proteins, which are typically the star of the plate, right? And so you wanna make sure to get that right. Now, this is going to accurately temp the interior of our meats, which is gonna guarantee that perfect cooking temp when you go to serve. There's some techniques around this that I'm gonna talk about here later in the class when we're temping our beef, but you definitely wanna make sure you have one of these out and ready to go if you're gonna be cooking. If you don't have one of these, they're like 15 bucks on Amazon. And if it breaks, It's like 15 bucks on Amazon. It's the second most important piece of equipment in your kitchen. Make sure you got one. Now, an infrared thermometer or a candy thermometer, anything that's just temping like the surface of your meat is not gonna work. You want something that has a probe on the end like ours does. Facebook and YouTube and is just Tef hanging out. Once you go cast iron, you never go back. That's fair, Kelly. I have a couple of pieces of cast iron that I really like. My cast iron skillet is my pride and joy, and then I have a griddle that Kevin got me that really helps me out because it's on it has grill grates on one side, and then it has a flat top on the other side of it, and I use that flat top when I'm making French toast or I'm doing pancakes. Nothing beats the even cooking of a cast iron skillet. Am I right? I think you agree, judging by your comment. But what are you up to today, Kelly? Are you cooking along with us? Ooh, yeah, you do need a griddle. You definitely do need a griddle. All right, let's make sure we got camera 6 up and working. Hello, everybody. Down here, we are gonna be pulling out the steak. We have our flank steak ready to go. I've had this sitting out at room temperature for about 2 hours now. I like to do that with my meat so that it cooks more evenly. Your meat's gonna cook more evenly if you allow it to come up to room temperature in the hours preceding your cooking it. So we're gonna open this up and I'm gonna lay it out on a sheet tray. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is 2.5 pounds of flank steak. In your recipe packets, it says 3 pounds of flank steak. It is not going to change at all what we are doing with the steak. It just means we're gonna have a little bit less than those of you who picked up a whole 3 pounds at home. Whoop, whoop. We're gonna lay that out. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna trim our steak up. Now, flank steak is a fairly lean cut of meat. Doesn't have a whole lot of excess fat, as you can see right here. Does on this side though. So we're gonna take a lot of this excess fat off, any silver skin that's remaining over here, down on the edges. I can see a little bit of silver skin. Boop, boop, boop. Silver skin is like connective tissue. It's not gonna cook down, it's not gonna render out like fat does, and so you wanna just get rid of it from the get-go. The best way to handle this is gonna be using a fillet knife. So y'all got a fillet knife at home? No fat, lots of surface, exactly, which means it's gonna cook quickly, Tef. You're 100% right about that. So I've got a little fillet knife out right here. We're just gonna start taking this down. Oh. So it's called silver skin because it has a little bit of a silver translucence to it. Yeah, this is not going to cook out when we get ready to serve our steak. So we just want to remove it right now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Happy 420, by the way, everybody. I contemplated doing a 420 class here, and then I realized my parents were in town. I was like, well, they're not exactly 420 friendly, and I don't want to cause any hullabaloo, so we're just gonna hold off this year. This is the second time we bypassed, I guess the third time we bypassed 420 here on Ingrediology. But that's fine. I thought about selling tickets for an edibles class, but never got around to it. It is what it is. I'm just gonna take a nice week off next week, play the recording for you guys, and we'll call it a day. I'm just taking in, removing these little trim bits of fat. Whoa, wait, Logan, question from Kelly. Kelly, I'm sorry, I missed it. I'm here focusing all on my meat. What's the difference? So, wait, where are we? What's the difference between flank steak and skirt steak? I can never tell. So flank steak and skirt steak, well, let's bring up a diagram. I got beef all over my hands. Let's bring up a diagram of what parts of the cow different steaks come from. Now, the skirt steak is down lower on the body of the cow than the flank steak is. I do know that. And just from an ingredient standpoint, your skirt steak is going to be much fattier, much more infused with fat throughout the muscle fibers itself, whereas your flank steak is going to be leaner. Now, skirt steak is delicious. Also, an underappreciated cut of meat. Boop, boop. Let's go down here. So, skirt steak versus flank steak and how the two cuts compare. No thank you, I don't want a masterclass, but masterclass.com covered this. Skirt steak and flank steak are both tough, lean cuts of meat that can be used interchangeably in a number of different steak recipes. However, there are some distinct differences between these popular butcher shop selections. So skirt steak is a cut of beef that comes from the plate primal found below the rib. It can be divided into the inside and outside skirt, the latter of which is a little thicker and more tender and uniformly shaped than the former. Unfortunately, the outside skirt steak typically ends up in commercial kitchens, so what you'll find at the grocery store is usually tougher and smaller inside skirt steak. Skirt steak is common in the types of meat used when making tacos or fajitas. Now, flank steak, also known as jiffy steak, is a piece of meat located directly under the loin and corresponds to the abdominal muscles. Cuts from the flank tend to be lean and very tough, but flavorful when properly cooked. Sorry, I just lagged out on that one. Both good for high heat cooking. Both meats should be cut against the grain. We're gonna be talking about that here after we've cooked our steak. The grain of the meat, which if we go back down here to the board, you can see the grain of the meat that I got going on right here. It's more visible here on this side, but you see how the fibers, the meat fibers run this way? This is known as the grain, like the grain on a piece of wood. So we've got them all going this direction, which means when it comes time to cut and serve our flank steak, we're gonna be cutting this direction. This is what it means to go against the grain of your meat. Because if we were to cut this way after our steak is done, you're gonna have all these long strands of muscle fibers running throughout, and it's gonna be much more chewy and tougher. Whereas by cutting it across the grain, you only have thin little cross sections of each one of those individual muscle fibers, which helps to aid in the tenderness of our flank steak. Kelly, I hope I answered your question. Captain Jack Daniels, what's up, Chris? Welcome back to the chat. I appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for being here. I hope you're well. What's going on? Wishing you all well, Ingrediology freaks. So that's why I'm always confused. They're almost interchangeable. I don't feel so bad now. Yeah, and you can use these pretty interchangeable when we're talking to the techniques you're gonna cook them with. Like they said, it's skirt steak and flank steak. Both are cooked best under high heat conditions. That's why we've got our grill outside set to a high temperature. It's coming up to temp right now as we speak. It's kind of windy outside. I'm a little worried about how the wind is gonna affect the microphone and the sound and whatnot. It's already blown my utensils off the bottom of the grill once. I hope it didn't do it again. We'll see. I hope that answers your question, Kelly. Diving in there. Hey, fourth room coming in. Dan, you old so-and-so. What are you up to? Now I gotta look you in the face. Dan, thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate you. How are you and Kelly and the family? I see you're doing your running thing as usual this year. What's up? Thank you so much for the sub as well, my friend. We're cooking flank steak today, baby. Alrighty. Who you calling old? Wow, outside grill cam. Hope that's not as expensive as the calf cam. No, we're gonna be using one of our cams. I got two cameras now, Chris. I know, I keep switching back to this. We're not getting quite into the class yet, but I have two wireless, they're known as NDI cameras. It's a Wi-Fi signal, but they're both my iPhones. I have my current iPhone and my old iPhone that are both set up now. So we got this beautifully crisp, clear video that's coming through here on the stream. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Auto focusing, color adjusting. Oh yeah. Let's get back down and trim this bad boy up. I should probably glove up for this, but I'm not going to. Just taking some of this fat off the end here. There we go. Fam is good, Kelly's good, kids are good as well. Sounds like everything's good, Dan. I'm glad to hear you. What's the next marathon you're running, my friend? By the way, everybody, make sure that you're following Fourth Room Brewing over on his Twitch channel. I'm saying Fourth Room Brewing. Fourth Room TV. He's gone more in a variety direction. But Dan brews beer as well as many other things on his channel. He's a lovely guy, and I guarantee you'll have a good time over on his stream. What's new, brother? What's the next marathon you're running, my friend? May 7th is race number 1. Hell yeah. Getting into that marathon spirit, baby. I know you're training. I keep seeing your Instagram posts. That's awesome. That's coming up quick. It's only a few weeks away. Burger, welcome back to the stream. Can we get a shout out for Burger Mix, fellow food and drink streamer here on the platform? It's great to see you, my friend. Hello, hello. What's new in your neck of the woods? Now, Burger, if I'm remembering correctly, you're over in Germany? Is that correct? What's new? It's a long time no talk, my brother. What a beautiful view. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Gets even better with the mountains when we go outside for the grill cam. All right, I got a little bit of a silver skin hanging out down here on the bottom. I'm gonna take you guys outside after we were finished trimming and seasoning our steak. And I'll show you how we set up the grill. But then, while we let our steak sit with the salt on it, just to season up, the steak's gonna be the last thing we do today. We'll make our chimichurri sauce. Oh yeah. For those of you just joining us here on the channel, welcome to Wednesday weeknight dinner here with myself, Logan, on Ingrediology. I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for showing up. If you'd like to cook along with us or go back and watch the VOD and make this recipe that you're seeing us here doing today, you can hit exclamation point menu or exclamation point recipe in chat. That'll take you over to our website. I've posted a recipe guide with everything that you need to recreate this class, from an equipment list to a shopping list, the recipe itself, and there's even nutritional information in that bad boy. Who'd have thought? The meat is the beautiful view. Heard that, Burger. Just made a nice roast beef on Sunday. Hell yeah, 7 hours in the oven. That sounds absolutely delightful. What'd you serve alongside your roast beef? You gotta have some horseradish sauce with it, right? Please tell me you did horseradish. And we got no hoots, baby. No hoots given. I don't give a hoot. Welcome to the stream, Hoots. It's great to have you. We're making flank steak today, my friend. So we've trimmed up both sides of our flank steak. There's a little bit of fat sitting and hanging out here. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. As long as it's not big globs. I've taken off a lot of the end cap that was fat and then all this silver skin that was running down here at the end. Now we're just gonna get some coarse kosher salt and we're gonna season this bad boy up. So I have the recipe 2 total tablespoons of salt for a 3-pound flank steak. Now that seems like a lot, but when you get this flank steak out and you see how large it is, especially for 3 pounds, which is even bigger than this because there's only 2.5 pounds, it'll make more sense to you. I'm not trying to give you a heart attack. We're just trying to make sure this is properly seasoned. Green asparagus. Ooh, I do love asparagus. I haven't made asparagus yet, and we are right in the middle of asparagus season, Burger. It's a springtime vegetable. Very difficult to grow, though, from what I understand. I've never attempted to grow asparagus myself. Has anybody in chat attempted asparagus in their garden? And a nice sauce from my gelée demi-glace. Oh, you made demi-glace out of the roast beef drippings? God bless you, Burger. That sounds absolutely amazing. All right, so we've got a nice coating of kosher salt on every inch of our flank steak right here. Now, I'm gonna allow this just to sit. Hey, Snake Eye, thank you so much for your support over on Ko-fi. Ladies and gentlemen, you see the little thing over there in the corner? Well, that was in the corner with Snake Eye. If you'd like to help support our efforts over here on Ingrediology, provide for you free menus and help you to cook better for yourself and those that you love, you can go over to ko-fi.com/Ingrediology and support us monetarily. That helps to pay for equipment, for groceries, for website hosting fees. We try to make this free. We do make this free and available to anybody who wants to join in. But for those of you who have the ability to support, we really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Snake Eye, what's up, my friend? Can we get a shout out for Snake Eye DIY? Snake Eye DIY and Tef Banow, both streamers in their own right, but also mods here on the channel. Whew! Oh, hey! I made some weeks ago. Booked the bones almost 13 hours. Baked, I'm guessing? Yeah, we totally overcooked our roast beef this weekend. I guess we're just going to have to try it again. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to try that again. You always gotta keep trying to get it perfect, and then you can just recreate it again and again. I love it. Roast beef is a fantastic one. When I do prime rib, I take and I cut little slits in the outside of my prime rib and I stuff it with garlic cloves and I rub this mixture of ground rosemary and salt all over the outside of it, and then that goes in the oven for at least 6 hours. At least 6 hours usually. Thank you, Moss, for taking care of yourselves. I appreciate you. Ooh, hell yeah. Guys, I think I need to have a drink. I got a Modelo Negro sitting in the fridge right now, and I'm gonna pop that open. And then, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna go outside and we are going to check out the grill. But let's finish talking about our flank steak right here. As I said, this has been down. Oh, that's not the right cam. There we go. This has been generously salted, and I would advise you to do this even up to a day ahead of cooking your steak. The longer that it sits with the salt on the outside of it, the deeper that salt is going to be able to penetrate into our meat, the more flavorful it's going to be. Also, the salt draws out a little bit of moisture from your steak, and then with that moisture, it helps to create a better crust on the outside as it cooks, okay? So the earlier you salt it, the better the steak's gonna be. All right, and if you are gonna be letting this rest overnight in your salt, make sure you wrap it with some plastic wrap tightly. Do like a caterer's wrap so it's all the way around the outside of the tray and covering the steak and everything else. And then you can put that in the fridge just to hang out. Make sure you're refrigerating that. That should not sit out. And like I said, waiting for our steak to come up to room temperature earlier, I had it out for 2 hours. Don't ever let any kind of raw meat sit out on the countertop at room temperature for more than 4 hours, okay? That's what any health department across the country is gonna tell you. After 4 hours, bacteria proliferates a lot faster and you run a much higher risk of getting a foodborne illness from that, okay? So be careful, be careful. Don't abuse it temperature-wise. Cheers, having a bamboo wit. Ooh, bamboo wit sounds good. What is bamboo wit? What kind of flavor does bamboo lend to a beer? I'm curious, Dan. It's 420. Is it 420 on 420? It's only 320 out here in Denver, Colorado. You had me looking, Burger. You need a drink? I've already been in my first bottle. I hope that's a bottle of beer, Taff, and not a bottle of liquor. Good God. Going hard today. Made 8 liters into 600 milliliters. That's exactly how it is, though, Burger, with demi-glace. For those of you who aren't aware of what Burger's talking about, demi-glace is a sauce that is very, very highly reduced beef stock. It's super flavorful. Oh my God. Like if you just took jus and then turned it into like a thickened sauce with like a nappe consistency, like velvety. Oh, I love it. I'm basic and got my Tito's and lemonade. You're not basic, Hoots. That's much fancier than what I'm doing. I literally just opened a beer. Cheers to you guys, by the way. Thanks for being here. Happy Wednesday to you. We did do a low temp. We think our thermometer wasn't properly calibrated. So Kelly, look up, just Google how to properly calibrate your thermometer. But what they're gonna tell you is take and put this in water that is just chocked full of ice, all right? So it's like as close to 32 degrees as possible, and then calibrate it that way. Calibrate it around a freezing point. Woodiness, grass, a little bit of citrus are the notes that you're gonna get from bamboo in a beer. That sounds delicious. I do like woodiness. Bottle of wine, says Tef. Okay, all right, I mean, I haven't drank a bottle of wine in a minute. A wine hangover is the absolute worst. Let's go check out the outside. You know what? I don't have my sunglasses. Okay, so let's go get our sunglasses. Boop, boop, boop. Hi, TT. You're a good boy.
Logan, don't panic.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm sorry, guys, I'm not going to be able to interact with you via the chat. And look who's outside. Look who got locked out. Oh, hi, boy. Wow. You're a good boy. Okay, everybody. Our grill is currently set.
Logan,
to, I don't even
talk to me.
See that. High. So it's going to come up to temperature. This is one of these pellet-fed grills. So it's got these like little wood pellets
Logan,
down here in the top, and it just feeds it through into the hopper. I like this Pit Boss Pro series. It's really good because and all the utensils fell down. I like pellet grill smokers in general, just because they maintain a nice even temperature. Now, I will admit that it's not the best for a high heat kind of grilling that we're looking for the flank steak, just because, you know, you want this ridiculously hot for the flank steak. But it will get up to like 600 degrees at its highest. And we're getting there. I'm gonna open up the vent over here. There we go. I hope you guys are getting this shot because I can't see anything on my phone. It's so sunny out here today. But this will be coming up to temperature here while we make our chimichurri sauce. It's a beautiful 70 degrees and sunny out here in Colorado today. Rather windy. There's Pikes Peak. You can't even see it, but Pikes Peak is over there in the distance. And we got the mountains. I love living in Colorado. Now, you should be doing the same at home if you're planning on cooking along with us. This grill should be preheating, whether you're making, whether you're using a gas grill or a charcoal grill. Oh, hey, how you doing? What's up? Oh, Blues Brother around. All right. Logan, don't panic. Hey, every day is spooky. Is Argentina within 50 million miles of the world? And Snake Eye said yes. So Snake Eye, thank you for answering that question for our new guest here on stream. It's great to see you, Everyday Spooky. For those of you who are just joining us here on stream, my name's Logan. This is Ingrediology, and you're here for our Wednesday weeknight dinner. We're doing Argentinian steak today here on stream. So I've got flank steak down here on the board, just chilling with some salt on it. And then we're gonna get busy doing our chimichurri. We've got our ingredients for our chimichurri hanging out right here. We've got 3/4 cup of olive oil. We've got ground cumin, ground coriander, and red pepper flakes. We have 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 cup of cilantro, and then this is gonna be 2 cups of parsley leaves. This is flat Italian parsley, by the way, just so you know. I hope that clears it up. If you're planning on cooking along with us, you can go to ingrediology.org and seek out the class guides, or just hit !menu or !recipe in chat. That'll take you over there. And we've got an equipment list, and we've got your recipe guide, a shopping list, nutritional information, all laid out for you. Nice and simple. So cheers to you. Happy Wednesday. Good to know. Chimichurri is my absolute favorite way to have steak, though. Menu, Dan. What are you doing, Dano? Whew. Whew. Those glasses are out of this world, though. Are they out of this world? They're just like regular Ray-Bans. These are like Blues Brother glasses. Looking so fly. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I've had those glasses for like 3 years. That's the longest I've ever had a pair of sunglasses. Are these sunglasses right here? I lose sunglasses so easily that I used to only buy like the gas station sunglasses. But, you know, when you spend over $100, you tend to make sure you know where they are every time you leave somewhere. Ugh. So what do you say, guys? You want to get started on the chimichurri sauce while we let the grill come up to temp? Let me close the porch door. I'm sure we're getting a lot of traffic noise out here on the microphone. I want to avoid that. You know what else is out of this world? Those earphones. I had somebody on TikTok comment on one of my videos because I post like small snippets out of the stream if I, you know, give a tip or a trick or whatever, and I share it on social media. They called them AirPads. Which I had to admit was pretty good. I have these in though, guys, so I can hear like the little notifications that pop through, as well as the mix of the music, voice versus my voice, voices my verse. Just to make sure everything's sounding right. That's why I gotta have these in. I can't just, I mean, I don't absolutely have to have them in, but it's good to know when things happen and I'm not looking at the screen. Time to get saucy, baby. Okay, well, like we said, we've got all this stuff hanging out here for our chimichurri. Now, over on the countertop, I've got our food processor set up, ready to go. Let's see if I can adjust that shot a little bit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. I guess we can also take camera 6 over there. Okay. We got the better looking iPhone camera set up as well. Now, down here on the board, we're gonna make sure that we cut some of our parsley leaves up. So, let's get that started. We basically got to de-stem our parsley. Parsley has parsley stems in particular have a bitter flavor. Logan, we know English is hard language. It is a hard language. You know this best of all, Tef. It is a second language to you, my friend. One which you do very well at, I have to say. But still, English has stupid, difficult rules. Can't confirm, English is hard. So am I. Wait, what? Damn it, Dan. Why you make me read your dirty comments? We're just gonna take where we'll pluck these bad boys down. I could have done this here before stream, but I mean, the entire class would probably be half an hour if I did it before stream. So I just thought I'd pluck some parsley and hang out with you guys. I fail it perfectly. You don't fail at all, sir. You succeed. You succeed relentlessly. Okay. So we got Tito's drinkers, we got wine going on, we got a bamboo wit. I'm having a Modelo Especial. Well, it's not a Especial, it's Modelo Negro. Not a sponsor. I butcher English, although it's supposed to be my first language. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Hi. Bum 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 bum. Remy's having a good time, even though Megan's at work today. Megan went into the office this morning, which is not normally her routine, but you know, being a director, she's hiring a couple of people, and she has to go in and like give them the rundown, do some face-to-face meet and greet kind of stuff here over the next 2 days. So today and tomorrow she's going to be in the office, which means it's just me, Remy, and then my parents are visiting town. They came all the way from Bowling Green, Ohio, to come out and hang out with us. Kevin and Kathy, I think they're going to be gone like a total of 12 days, are out on an RV adventure. They packed up the bus and they're going through Taos and Santa Fe and Albuquerque into Phoenix, going to visit the Grand Canyon and spend the night there. And then they're going to loop up through Utah and we're going to meet them. That's why I'm going to be gone next week. We're going to be taking a drive out next Tuesday to Telluride. Where is it? Palisade. We're meeting them in Palisade, which is close to Telluride. If you've ever heard of Palisade Peaches, that's where all the peaches are from. And we're gonna be spending a couple days for Remy's first night in the RV. First night glamping with the little boy. Maybe we got some camping trips planned? Success, that's the way you spell success. I don't think that's the way. I could be wrong. And don't confuse Tef anymore. Because he will spell it that way. Lady Varkalex, if you're still hanging out, I don't think Lady is still hanging out here in chat, but I got this text from Call Me Chef G the other day, like midnight, and I'm like, midnight? I'm definitely in bed, all right? I think I was in bed by 9 o'clock last night. Feels great. I love it. I love being uncool and old. But anyways, G texted me last weekend at like midnight on a Saturday. I get it the next morning and she's like, guess who it is? And it's a picture of her and this dude in a bar. I'm like, I have literally no idea who that is. Am I supposed to know who that is? She says, it's Lord Varkalex. And the funny part is Lord Varkalex is one of our mods for those of you who aren't familiar. But I've never seen his face. He always has his camera off, even in Discord meetings. And so when she sends me this picture, I genuinely had no idea. Like, he could have walked up to me on the street, and I wouldn't have been able to call him out. But now I know you look like Lord. Look out. Oh, Lord. Hup, hup. Guys, if you're just joining us here on the stream today, we're making flank steak and chimichurri sauce. Argentinian flank steak. Argentina is the largest consumer of beef per capita in the world, or the United States. That fact surprised me. But there is a large culture of caballeros. Caballeros are cowboys in Argentina. They have a huge beef industry. They export a lot of beef around the world. And it's high quality. That's why, like, Argentinian wine, red wine, goes so well with steak, because it's made to go with steak. What part of the cow is the flank? So the flank is the side of the cow, but they were more specific when we looked this up earlier, Snake Eye, and they said that it comes from the region around the diaphragm of the cow. So lower on the body, but towards the side. I wonder if our little... Oh, look at this. Look at this. I could show you exactly where it comes from. So the flank is right there. Okay? There's a flank steak. Moo. All right, I'm done. I haven't even had that much to drink. God dang it, Dan. If you're just joining us, everybody, we're making our chimichurri sauce. This is kind of like a pesto in the way that it's made out of a whole bunch of herbs, but instead of using basil, putting pine nuts in here, and cheese, there's no pine nuts, and we're using parsley and cilantro today. What's up? So basically the stomach. I mean, no more than like your abdominal muscles are basically your liver, I guess. We're just de-stemming our parsley leaves, but we need 2 cups total of our parsley leaves. Thank you, Tef, for banning Snake Eye. I appreciate that. Somebody's got to keep them in line. Now, we're not going to go through and do the same thing with our cilantro leaves over here. The cilantro doesn't need to be de-stemmed. The stems of our cilantro are not bitter. The characteristic oil, the oil that gives cilantro's characteristic flavor, actually runs throughout the entirety of the stems. So you can just use the whole thing. So if something tells you to de-stem parsley, don't assume that you also do the same thing for your cilantro, because you don't. Liver? I hardly know her. Dano, what's going on? Have you seen John Reed again since you guys went to go visit, or he came to visit you back in the fall? I thought I saw some stuff pop up that it looked like you two were together once more. You guys going out to see each other? You got a little love affair going on with old CJR down in New Mexico? I really should be going down to see John. John's pretty, I mean, relatively close when compared to Chicago. Not super close, but relatively close. Oh, you were trolling him? Guys, if you'd like to see abbreviated versions of these weekly cooking classes that we do, then you can go over to our YouTube channel where I post the edited versions of these classes a couple weeks after we go live. I'm recording right now, getting everything on tape, as they say. And next one we got coming out this Friday is going to be our saucy samosas. That's the video I'm currently working on. I know Dan dated John. I know. It's on the down low. Way to out him. John is a handsome man. Especially since he shaved his head. Got that Rogan look going on. I think you two would make a very cute couple, Dan. So mazel tov. It's the meaty thighs for me. The meaty thighs. Is John known for his meaty thighs? I mean, what if like John and I had a baby? These calves plus his meaty thighs? That kid would be an absolute unit. Kipling is just crawling all over the table. Irish Kate, oi, bruv! Kate, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you, my dear. How are you? Guys, can we get a shout out, please, for Irish Kate? A fantastic streamer here on the platform out of Texas, but she is Irish, all right? We love Kippy. We stand Kippy, don't we? What's up, Kate? What you been up to? What are you streaming here lately? Did you go out today? Dano Banano's here. We got all the cool kids hanging out in chat. Oh, did I not have a TikTok command? Thank you, Snake Eye. I appreciate you. I need to post something to TikTok. It's been like a month. I've not been pumping out the social videos. I've been really concentrating and focusing in on the editing techniques here for the YouTube videos. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the replay here on Tastemade, well, I shouldn't say you should just fast forward because you can't fast forward. It's live. Ha ha ha. You're stuck here. But when the replay gets posted, you can fast forward through this part of me just picking parsley. This will all be edited out in the YouTube video too, right? We got to give time for our grill to heat up. I sure didn't, boy. You know how I ended up in urgent care on Friday? I'm Gucci, but taking the week off. Just clumsy gwort things. Wait, what happened? Why'd you end up in urgent care? I did not know this happened. Just because you put it on your Instagram, Kate, don't assume I'm reading it, okay? I'm not on Instagram. Megan's on Instagram. I don't do social media in general. Sorry. I'm a dad now. Blob! What's up, Blob? Could somebody keep an eye on Blob, please? Well, it's pretty safe here at the moment. Pushing that knife off screen. Need a slow motion montage of this? Is that what you want, Dano? Ooh. Looking so good. That's as close as you're gonna get to a slow-mo shot, Dano. Skin infection from spider bites? Ugh! No thank you, Kate. Get the hell out of here with your Texas spiders. But those Texas spiders are twice the size of regular spiders. I hear everything's bigger in Texas, that's why. That's just what I'm told. We got 2 cups of de-stemmed parsley leaves hanging out here in the bowl, guys. We are getting ready to execute our chimichurri sauce. So if you're following along with us, make sure that you have your food processor out because we're going to be combining our parsley as well as our cilantro into the food processor, mixing it with 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 3 garlic cloves. Speaking of garlic cloves, I should really peel these garlic cloves, mince them up real quick. Do my best, King. My god, so fancy. I know. We got new cams, Dan. We got new cameras here on the stream. I'm pretty happy about it. So guys, we have 3 cloves of garlic that we're just gonna take and we're gonna pop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ah. Make sure we got that all trimmed up. We got 1. 2. I burned that house down, Kate. A bakery close to me sells chimichurri for $16. $16 for a tiny mason jar? Well, if you go to ingrediology.org/Argentinian steak and chimichurri, you can make this for, I don't know, maybe $4 and have way more. I'm like, in this economy? Nah, bestie. Yeah, why would their chimichurri sauce be so expensive? That's ridiculous. Do not pay $16 for a 4-ounce jar of chimichurri. That's just stupid. Connor, welcome to the stream, my friend. It's great to see ya. Hello, hello, guys. Can we get a shout out for the only deaf guy? Connor, I hope you're doing well. Connor runs a stream over in the UK. He is a line cook at a bistro, and he just likes to hang out with you and chill while he's doing his job of cooking some food alongside you. So make sure you go give him a follow over on his channel. Thanks for being here, Connor. I hope you're well. Hey, hey, hey. Good to see you too, buddy. All right, let's come back down here onto the board. Nope, that's not the board. This is the board. Let's come up here. Let's come up top. This is much easier to see. So we're just gonna smash our garlic cloves one more time. Mince them up roughly. Now these of course will get chopped up more finely inside of the food processor, but you don't want to put your whole cloves of garlic down in the food processor because they're not gonna come out perfectly minced. Just burn them all. Oh, hey, Bob. Yeah, you can get up on the table, buddy. We're just gonna run our knife through it a couple of times. Ooh, let's go down here. Let's do. Ooh, sexy, sexy. Oh, go back the other way. Just mincing this up roughly. This is 3 cloves of garlic, guys, that we're combining in with our chimichurri. Kate, thank you for keeping Blob in line. Blob 1, Kate 0. Stressed out for tomorrow? Connor, what's going on tomorrow? Don't be stressed. What's happening? We're sending you good vibes, positive energy, all that jazz. I hope you're okay. All right, let's get this in a ramekin. Ooh, such chill music today here on stream. Wait, what's tomorrow? Snake Eye seems to understand what's going on tomorrow. I'm sorry I'm so out of touch. My entire job is just taking care of a little human and then fitting this in where I can. Driving theory test, written and hazard perception part of it. Oh, interesting. Okay. I probably wouldn't pass the English version myself. You guys drive on the wrong side of the road, so it's all backwards to me. It's all Greek. Dano. Fit this in where I can. Sounds like my wedding night. You got some oil? You got some oil on your hands, Blob? Kate, could you wipe Blob's hands off? He's making a mess. He's making a mess. Oh, good. I got blood all over everything. Well, not all over everything, but the bag dripped. The bag for our flank steak spilled a little bit. It happens. Hey. All right, let's go back over here to the food processor, everybody. It's time to mix up our chimichurri. Make sure you've got all your ingredients that we're gonna need this afternoon. Just to reiterate, this is 2 cups of de-stemmed parsley leaves, flat leaf Italian parsley, although you could use regular curly parsley if you'd like. 1 cup of cilantro leaves that have not been de-stemmed, so the stems are on it. We have a 3/4 cup of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, 3 garlic cloves, and then we're gonna be adding in our spices. Let's measure those out real quick. And then 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Let's measure out these spices back down here on the board, everybody. Blob looks at the bun. Dan are good. Oh my God. How are Dan? Dan are good. You're such a jerk. All right, 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, and 1 teaspoon of cumin. That makes the measuring process quite simple. Make sure you got your measuring spoons available if you're following along, cooking with us at home. Licks Blob's forehead. Ugh, you don't know where Blob has been. His name is literally Blob. Whoop. 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and then 1 teaspoon of coriander, ground coriander. Can anybody tell me what coriander seeds are from? What plant do coriander seeds come from? Like to live dangerously. Stop drinking the, what? Blob, you're drinking the blood from the bag. Ugh. Jesus. Blob is developing a taste for murder. Yes, you're right about that. Okay, so we've got our spices in here ready to go, everybody. 1 teaspoon each of red pepper flakes, ground coriander, and ground cumin. Cilantro, says Dan. Banana, said Kate. Well, one of you is right. I'll let you figure out which. Banana. That reference is way too old. Nobody understands what I'm talking about. You guys remember the Kelly videos from back in the day? Shows. Let's get some shows. No, just me. Dan probably remembers. He's old. All right, into the food processor, everybody, is going to go our cilantro, as well as our 2 cups of flat leaf Italian parsley. The parsley has been destemmed. I know I'm reiterating this stuff. I'm just making sure I'm getting it in the edit, everybody. Keep saying the same thing over and over again, chef. All right, to this, before we add our oil, we're gonna put in the other ingredients. So our 3 minced up garlic cloves, our 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and then our spices. And we should also hit this with some salt. Where's the salt at? 2 teaspoons of salt. 2 teaspoons of salt. So like 2 nice 4-finger pinches. And then a little on top, just for good measure. Need to sleep for my test tomorrow, Connor. Best of luck on your driving test. I know you're gonna do great. Don't be nervous. You got this, all right? It's just like GTA, all right? Just remember, it's just like GTA, and you're gonna be fine. You ate a galaxy? That's actually impressive. Oh, are you singing Banana Phone, Tef? Ugh, Dan. No, I won't. All right, get that lid on there securely, and let's puree this bad boy up. So this is what it looks like right now without our olive oil added into it. I'm going to turn this back on a high speed and then start drizzling in our olive oil. But first I'm going to grab a spatula and scrape down the edges of our bowl. Get anything that's hanging out there up on the side. Make sure we're incorporating everything down into our chimichurri sauce. If you're just joining us here on Ingrediology for our Wednesday weeknight dinner, we are doing Argentinian steak with chimichurri sauce, everybody. And we're just getting ready to drizzle in our olive oil. Oh, check it out. Looking good, nicely mashed up. I'm gonna scrape down the sides one more time, get it a final puree. And then hopefully the grill is preheated and we can start grilling off our flank steak. We got flank steak ready, seasoned, cleaned. All we need to do is grill it up. Megan said she's just gonna be leaving work at this time. Slap the instructor, steal his car, instant pass due to respect. I think you're right, Kate. Ooh, you want some Szechuan peppercorns, Blit? I bet it smells fresh AF from that. You're right. You're right. You gotta do old things and make dinner, Dano. Well, I know how that is. My family relies on me for dinner as well. Let's get a big bowl. And we're gonna come back down here to the board. I'm gonna clear the runway off for our little camera. Hi. Now this, our chimichurri sauce, like chili, only gets better as it sits. So the longer you're able to let this sit, the better it's gonna taste. Oh yeah. Ah, oh. It does smell fresh AF, Kate. Bye, Dan. Guys, can we get one last shout out from Fourth Room TV, please? Make sure you're following Dan over on his channel. Lovely guy. Digging this camera angle. Thank you. Have great din-dins. What's Bark been up to lately, Kate? I should get a meat slicing knife out. Do I have a slicer? I don't think I do. Guys, give me just a minute. Should have prepared for this. Where's the knife kit? Yeah, here we go. I think I'll pull out this one. This looks like a good meat slicing knife. There we go. That'll be perfect for cutting our flank steak. Just to compare that, it's as long as my forearm. Oh, did you buy a knife, Blob? Thanks for clipping that, Snake Eye. Logan changed the angle on the bowl and confused Kate. It's time to go outside, everybody. It's time to click on the right window, chef. Time to go outside, everybody. We have our grill heating up to a high temperature. It's been going for about 45 minutes to an hour at this point. I would suggest you do the same if you're gonna be grilling our flank steak at home, regardless of whether or not you're using a propane, a pellet-fed grill like I am, or a charcoal grill. Now, for those of you who are doing charcoal, if you have a charcoal grill, you probably already know the procedure around that. You're gonna have to start a little bit earlier to get those coals hot enough to where you're gonna be able to cook over them, all right? So, you do your thing. Tiny forearm, tiny knife. God, I knew you, chat. You never disappoint, and you always disappoint at the same time. It's a conundrum. All right, let's go outside, you bunch of hooligans. We have our steak down here on the board. Our flank steak has been sitting with some salt. You can see that our salt has mostly dissolved and soaked into the outside edges of our meat right now. We're gonna take this, ooh, look, it's even released a little bit of juices. Ooh. But this has been seasoned, just sitting out here for about 2 hours now. You can season our steak ahead of time if you'd like to. Feel free. Two whole fried chickens and a Coke. All right, let's head outside. Boop, boop, boop. That. 6. How am I supposed to get out? Can't get out of my own thing. Ooh, okay. Looking good. Oh, beautiful day out here in Denver. Looking good. 70 degrees and sunny. You can't beat it. How bad's the wind? Somebody tell me in chat and I'll look at it when I get inside. Oh, wow. Center of that grill is white hot. So I'm actually gonna try and avoid that very central white hot spot on our grill right here. I'm gonna close the, almost dropped the camera. That would not be good. I'm gonna close the vent on the flame, and then real quick, I'm gonna go back in here and get my tongs. Where'd the tongs go? Here are the tongs. Get my beer too. All right, that can go there. Tongs can flip out. And then we're just gonna take our flank steak, everybody, and we're gonna watch this paper fly away. We're gonna watch this paper fly away after I've put my flank steak on the grill. Again, I'm gonna avoid that super hot spot right in the middle. I'm gonna put it just to the right of it. All right? Oh, let it sizzle away. I wish I had something more secure to set this camera on right now, because I can't leave it here to let you guys watch it, because the wind will just blow this thing over. We're gonna let this go for about a minute and a half, just to get some good grill marks on the outside. Then we're gonna give it a turn. I'm gonna take an opportunity to get a new piece of parchment paper and catch up with you guys here in chat. Hi. Wind status noisy, but not terrible. Okay, good to know. Glad it's not too windy out there for you guys. I need to get a tripod for the bottom of the gimbal. All right, we got a new piece of parchment paper for this to rest on. The other thing you guys are gonna wanna grab is gonna be some aluminum foil. Make sure you have your aluminum foil ready to go, because the second that this comes off the grill, we need to wrap it in our foil and allow it to rest tinted underneath that foil for at least 5 minutes. And I mentioned this earlier in the class, you're gonna wanna have that InstaRead digital thermometer. So we got that here on hand, all right? Digital thermometer, ready to go. Let's talk about steak temperatures real quick while we're waiting for our steak to be flipped, okay? So I already said that this is the second most important piece of equipment in your kitchen, the first most being your chef's knife. This is gonna guarantee the proper cooking temperature of all of your proteins, but when we're talking specifically about steak temperatures, what is the sliding scale right here? Now, there's not a definitive answer. I was looking this up in my CIA, my Culinary Institute of America textbook right here. They put well done at 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, okay, that's all right for well done, but they were putting medium rare at 140. And medium rare is not 140, not as I understand it. So I don't want to cause any confusion here, but just let me give you my guide for the temperature steps you're trying to reach. Medium rare is at 125 degrees. That's on the plate in front of the guest. And I'll talk about what I mean by that here in a second. It goes up by 10-degree increments after that. So 115 for rare, 125 for medium rare, 135 for medium, 145 for medium well, and then 165 plus is going to be well done. Does that make sense? So we need to anticipate our carryover cooking. I'm not gonna pull this steak directly. If I want it to be medium rare, that 125 degrees Fahrenheit on the plate for the guest, I'm not gonna pull it at 125 degrees. I'm gonna pull it at 115 degrees and count on the residual heat that is left inside of our steak, carry over cooking, that's the term, carry over cooking, that last 10 degrees, so that when I go to slice it, it's had time to rest, it's cooled down a little bit, and it's at a perfect 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Just as an example. So if I want rare, which would be 115, then I'm gonna pull that steak at 105, and then so on and so forth. So if you want a medium at 135, you pull the steak at 125 Fahrenheit. You tint, you cover, you allow it to rest for 5 minutes, and then you pull it off, and we'll slice our flank steak against the grain using this lightsaber right here, okay? Doot, doot, doot. How do you get an accurate temp on such a thin cut of meat? Snake Eye, that's a fantastic question. Whenever you're probing a piece of meat, be that chicken, fish, beef, pork, what have you, you want to take and insert the first ½ inch of this, because this is the only temperature sensing part. Let's go down here. You see how it kind of tapers towards the end? So you see how it tapers towards the end of our thermometer right here? I got to keep my hand there. All right. So that last ½ inch, that's going to be the only temperature sensing part of our probe. You want to make sure that this part of our thermometer is in the thickest part of your meat, all right? Because that's going to be the lowest temperature that you're going to find. What's up, sweet boy? How you doing? Sorry, Remy just came downstairs. So we're going to put our probe in at the thickest point of our flank steak. Make sure that it reaches an internal temperature of 115 degrees Fahrenheit, because I'm going for medium rare. Now, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. Everybody's steak temperature is unique to them and how you like it, as long as it's not well done. Those people can get the hell out. You heard me. All right, let's go check our steak, everybody. Whoop. Ha ha ha. Bye. Bye, baby boy. All right, we're gonna go over on our first flip. Now, I don't want to go on the exact same part of the grill. I want another hot point. So I'm gonna put it right there on that side of the grill. We got some good grill marks going on over here. This doesn't seem to have been in contact directly with the grill grate, so I didn't pick up some great grill marks, but that's okay. That's all right. Not everything's perfect. Now, when we're looking for the thickest part of our steak, I would say it's going to be in this area right here towards the center. Let's see what our temperature is right now. The name of the game is, what's the lowest temperature you can find? So you're going to push that probe in. I'm reading below 100 degrees over here. 101. So I would say we give this another 1.5 to 2 minutes on the grill. And then we'll be pulling that, okay? How y'all doing down here in chat? Your hands need lotion. God. You know what, Snake Eye? Fine. I got some working hands, some O'Keeffe's. I keep this over next to the sink. I worked with a bartender who had like a big jar of the O'Keeffe stuff, and every night at the end of his shift, because you're just washing glasses all night, at the end of his shift, he'd like scoop out this moisturizer and rub it all over his hands. And then put gloves on over top of that. What's been happening, Ren? Welcome back to the stream. Ren, it has been so long. I'm glad that you're here. Happy Wednesday to you. Ren, we're cooking up a little bit of Argentinian steak here this afternoon, my friend. But what's been going on? A lot of stuff has been going on. You may have noticed I took a nice long, like 3.5 month break from October through like mid-February. We had a baby. We got a baby now. And little Remy is upstairs with Grammy, well, Moo Moo, as we call her. My mother's grandmother name is Moo Moo. It's an old Dick Van Dyke reference that I don't have time to explain. Well, I have plenty of time to explain it, but I'm not going to go into it right now. But her grandma name is Moo Moo. So Remy's up with Moo Moo right now, probably taking a bottle and going down for another nap. And we started a YouTube channel. I'm focusing more on the editing. We're only going out once a week right now, as opposed to like the 3 times a week that I used to go out. Just as a restricted schedule. I'm a stay-at-home dad who's also a content creator / chef here online. I miss being here, causing gentle harassment. I've missed your harassment too, Ren. What have you been up to? What's new? Blob learned how to tell temp by touch. And you know what, Blob? You're right. You can totally do that. If you are an experienced grill cook and you know what to feel for, by all means. I'm not saying that's impossible to do, but the most accurate that you're going to be, especially for people approaching this for the first time, is using an InstaRead digital thermometer. Yeah, you disappeared for a bit. I did. I definitely did disappear for a bit. You know, those first 3 months of the baby's life are hard, and it's I don't know. It's hard to describe, because it's like there's not a whole lot going on, but it requires your full attention. and you're sleepless, and it's been the most amazing thing to ever happen to me in my life, but it's also been one of the hardest, you know? So it's a trade-off like that. But I wouldn't take back a single second of it. I love my little boy. Logan Chi? I don't get it. Randy, you're still cooking though, right? You're out there doing your chef thing, baby? Skull. Is Tef having a seizure? Could someone please help out Tef? Blob, how do you do something useful and like resuscitate Tef? Let's go temp our steak. All right, so we were sitting at 100 some degrees earlier. That ain't right. Well, we're reading about 125, guys, so this needs to come off. And then we're gonna immediately go in and tint this with aluminum foil. I know the wind's probably crazy right now. Steak cam. I bought a new steak camera, everybody. There we are. Down here on the board. I recently quit my last position. Company was not in line with my ethos, and I wanted to progress. University dining is good, just need a different employer. Heard that. And who was that? Aramark? Not to call you out, but I'm thinking of large commercial dining companies. All right, we're tinting this with our aluminum foil, everybody, and we just need to allow this to rest. Since we temp this at about 125, I think it was a little lower than that. I'm saying it's in the low 120s. It's gonna come up to in between medium, rare, and medium. Now let me get something off my chest here real quick. In my years of experience working in restaurants, I've often had customers come through and be like, I would like my steak medium, rare, plus. Do you want it 127.5 degrees or 130 degrees? Like, what exactly are you looking for? We're gonna do our best in a restaurant whenever you come in and ask that. But if you're one of those people asking for medium, rare, plus, pick something. Pick medium rare, pick medium, all right? Don't be that guest. It's annoying, and nobody knows what you're talking about. Jessica Kate, can we get a shout out for Jessica Kate 666? Jessica, how's the Shire? How is life over in the UK, my dear? Guys, make sure you're following Jessica over on her channel. She streams food occasionally and also does gaming on her channel. Oh, and Blob seems to like you. Blob pours water on Tef. That was your response to Tef having a seizure? All right, well, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you for help in an emergency with a health emergency, I mean. Guys, if you're just joining us here on Ingrediology, welcome to the stream. My name's Logan, and today we are making Argentinian steak. So we just finished up grilling our flank steak, and we're gonna be accompanying this with a delightful chimichurri sauce, which I have right here. Oh, it's green, it's amazing, it's delicious. It's like a South American pesto. That's how I would describe this, except instead of with basil and cheese and pine nuts, this has parsley, cilantro, coriander, cumin, red pepper flakes, red wine vinegar, and garlic in here. It has the perfect amount of acidity to accompany and complement the steaks that you serve with it. And if you didn't know, Argentina is the largest consumer of beef per capita. Ooh, you black and blue on Wagyu? That's a fun phrase. I'll have my Wagyu black and blue. All right. Turning the grill off so we don't waste any more of those pellets. Tef, I think I need to start planning a barbecue class. I need to do a rib class. I have some ribs that I need to get marinated here. Why don't we do that here after we serve up our steak and whatnot? Okay, clear the runway down here. For the meantime, everybody, we are just allowing our steak to rest. Now, during this resting period, it's not only carryover cooking, like taking that excess temperature from the grill and carrying it that last 10 degrees to whatever temperature you'd like it to be. It's also allowing time for the juices, the fat that are contained inside of our meat to reabsorb into the tissues a little bit. Now there's gonna be some leakage of moisture out of our steak as it's resting and whatnot. That's to be expected. But if we were to take this off the grill and directly cut it right away, it's gonna be much drier. It's just gonna run all over. It's gonna look like a crime scene. There's gonna be blood everywhere on your cutting board. And then all those juices that run out of your steak don't end up on the plate. So you want to make sure the resting period is not only about the carryover cooking, but it's also about keeping this nice and juicy, all right? Joist, if you will, as Snake Eye would say. When people ask, can I have my steak cooked medium rare, but more rare? So you want rare? Exactly right, Jessica, that's exactly it. I did update to a chair for this evening since I watched the stream at the same time. Did you do this on the Floor and Bottles bar? Someone asked Blob to cook their Philly cheesesteak to be cooked rare, and Blob just looked at him. Yeah, especially because like Philly cheesesteak is made with like steakums, right? Are you using steakums? Cooked rare. What? What does that even mean? I mean, the slices of meat that you use on a Philly cheesesteak are like 1/8 of an inch thick. They're tiny, tiny, tiny. I almost forgot how soothing your voice and persona are. Almost. Almost. Rin, nah, never mind, it doesn't matter. Oh wait, so I'm now in a good position, still executive chef, but I'm much happier with the money, better culture, and happier people. And that, I mean, especially with all the hours that you spend around those people when working inside of a kitchen environment, that is the main goal. Making sure you like the people that you work with, you like the company that you work for, and you're being treated properly. It always matters. It's so true. Everybody, if you'd like to catch the abbreviated versions of these videos, might I encourage you to go over to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get into the YouTube partnership program by the end of the year. That is my goal. I want to be in the YouTube partnership program by December 31st of this year. That requires 1,000 followers and 4,000 hours watched, okay? So that's the goal we're setting for ourselves. It's a high bar. I've got 8 videos up already. I privated, I unlisted a couple of videos from like way back in the day, like at the beginning, like 2.5 years ago when we first started doing this, because they're frankly embarrassing. they're not good, but I've been putting a lot more time in the editing and making these videos as digestible and informative and helpful as possible as we could make them. So exclamation point YouTube and chat, that'll take you over to the channel, and I love every one of our subscribers. What's up, Blob? If Baby Boy was up, I'd bring him down and I'd show him to you. Ooh, there's still a good amount of heat coming off of our steak right here. We've got a slicing knife, all right? So this is a meat slicer, just a long, flat, very sharp blade. As a matter of fact, I'm not entirely sure of its sharpness. That's pretty sharp. It can always be sharper though. Just a small knife. Sucking at something is the first step to not sucking at something. You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that, Rin. And you know what? I'm proud of the way these videos are turning out. I really am. Like the first 3 were okay. And we're like, all right, this guy's using Premiere for the first time. The way things are going now, though, I'm getting much better footage here during the streams. Shout out to our motorized camera right here. Ooh, look at that. Look how sexy that is. Getting a lot better shots though with this bad boy. Since we updated the cameras here on stream, we now got iPhones that are taking all the, well, not all, but most of the different shots. Things are going well. We'll get there. We'll get into that partner program. We'll hit that goal by the end of the year. With your help. Your camera is excellent. Thank you, Jessica. I bought a second iPhone, so we had an upgrade on our plan. So I just didn't do the trade-in, so that way I could hang it on my old iPhone 12 Pro Max, and then I got a 13 Pro Max. So the cameras are, they're better than my DSLR. Like, this is the DSLR right here, and then this is the 12. I mean, the 12 even looks better than the DSLR, much less the 13. Hey, how you doing? What's up? Are we still getting fry cams? The fry camera still works. The fry camera's over there. This is the camera that I deep fried back in the day. Still working, still chugging along. Shout out to Logitech for their C922s. They, you know, they'll take a licking and keep on ticking. That's his butter knife, says Jessica. What are we at time-wise? Hour and a half? Oh. All right, guys. You ready to cut this down? I think we have allowed our steak enough resting time here on the cutting board. I'm gonna switch out boards because I want a board that has a channel around the outside of it. What I mean by that is this board doesn't have any lips on it. This has like this little groove to catch the juices that are gonna run off the outside of our meat, which it is definitely going to run off. Let's take our steak out. Speaking of licking, how's Maggie? What? I know that was two different comments. And guys, this is super simple, and this is very much the Argentinian way of preparing beef in general. There's not a marinade on here. There's no crazy seasonings or spices. There's not some weird preparation. It's a hot grill, it's salt, and it's high quality beef. That's what we got going on right here. Ooh. You know, I want a little bit more of a top-down shot here, so I'm gonna move the board. This thing's heavy AF. Get in here on this. Let's go right there. We're gonna go around this way so I can show you exactly the doneness of the inside of our beef. All right, guys, we're gonna get ready to cut this. Now, we talked about this earlier, but I'm gonna repeat myself here. You see the lines that are going down our meat? This is known as the grain. Just like wood has a grain, beef or meat has a grain as well. Maybe you'll be able to see a little better over here. Ah, you can really see the grains of the meat, all right? So this is the direction in which the grain travels. We're gonna cut across that grain, all right? If we were to cut with the grain, we're just gonna end up with these long, stringy pieces of meat. And it's gonna be very chewy and tough. But by cutting across the grain, it separates out all those fibers and it comes out deliciously tender. Does that mean meat is a whole grain? Meat is a whole grain. Cut it in a triangle? What? Y'all are out of control. All right. Let's go right there. So just thin slices, everybody. Like a quarter of an inch thick. And that's why this slicing knife is great for this job, because it's just long enough to stretch over the entirety of our meat. You're not messing around with something that's too short to do the job or having to make your cut in multiple different segments. And we're just gonna go down here against the grain and cut this up. All right, let's take that back. You better bias that blade. I could put a bias on it. But look at this, everybody. Look at this perfectly medium cut of steak. Oh, it's so juicy. It's so juicy. Now, Rin said you better put a bias on it. Now, by a bias, instead of being straight up and down like this, Rin means to put it like a 45-degree angle like that. You'll take your first couple of cuts off like that. And this just gives you a wider surface area for your beef. Get thicker strips out of your cuts right here. Kipling is circling the backside of my monitors right now. He's standing up on my desk just trying to get to the meat. We call Kipling meat face. As anytime there's meat out, you can count that Kipling's gonna be your best friend in the entire world. Oh. Let's see some of this plated up. I could possibly watch an hour of people sexily slicing meat to the Sims music. Oh. Look at that. Back up. Back. Get back. Guys, look at Kipling right now. He's like, hey, what are you doing? You holding out some meat? Absolutely mesmerized. Oh. It's just so amazing. Like, I was talking earlier about how simple this is. I'm sorry, I shouldn't chew with my mouth full. I was editing the samosa video and I was chewing my mouth full as I was talking. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't look good. I mean, I am teasing him a little bit, but he's a little jerk face. So what am I gonna do? Right. Let's plate this up. Hell yeah. Move this over the side here. This out of the way. Go. Guys, simple meal. Literally, I'm just showing you how to do your steak, your chimichurri. Now when I'm plating this, I'm gonna fold this under just to give us a little bit more height on the plate here. This crap cleared out of the way. Sorry guys, I'm just going for the good shot. Going for the good shot right here. Gotta get that. Can cats take CBD? I think Kip needs it. Whatever, Kipling is not poor Kipling whatsoever. He just simply isn't. Oh, you like the lint roller? I lint roll my apron, guys. These high-def cameras, I gotta make sure everything looks on point. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that, everybody. I should have put some potatoes with this, Ren. We kept it simple today. My parents are in town, and so I was like, I'm not going to spend 3 hours on stream here doing the class. So we just focused in on the cooking of the beef and the making of our chimichurri sauce. But yeah, everybody, I appreciate you being here for our Wednesday weeknight dinner for our Tastemade guests. The stream is going to be ending here shortly. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media profiles, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. We're Ingrediology across all of those. If you'd like to help support the stream monetarily and you're able to do that, we really appreciate it. It helps pay for our website hosting fees and all the equipment and the software that we got to use to make these streams freely available to everybody. And they're helped out by our subscribers. That's what makes this possible. So thank you to all of our subscribers over on Ko-fi. You can go to this link down here in the bottom corner of the screen if you would like to help support as well. Don't leave, everybody hanging out here on Twitch. But Tastemade people, your stream is ending. Have a good night, and we'll see you here next week for our carbonara stream. So be sure to sign up for that class as well. If you guys want to know how to make a delicious creamy egg and Parmesan cheese infused pasta dish with pancetta or guanciale, if you order ahead, make sure you find that guanciale. It's very well worth the searching, okay? Otherwise, we'll see you here again on Ingrediology next Wednesday. Peace. All right, they're gone. They're gone. Now what we're gonna do here the rest of the stream, everybody, is because I'm waiting for Maggie to get home, I'm gonna put this beef back onto our cutting board. Hold on, I should probably like eat a little bit of this, right? You see the difference it makes, like cutting this against the grain? I can just take a fork and cut this up now. This is a tough cut of meat. Flank steak is not easy. A little bit of chimichurri right there. You ever just think to yourself, damn, I'm good? I do, constantly. Man. All right, I'm gonna have like a little pre-dinner dinner. We need to get some ribs down and marinating though, everybody. We're gonna be doing some ribs tomorrow. So I wanna get those ribs marinating. I'm gonna pull out another sheet tray. We need to put our steak back on the cutting board, cover that with some more aluminum foil because I seem to have discarded our aluminum foil. We can finish cutting this up. Logan's on vacation next week, but in 14 days he should be back. Yes! That's right, Ren. Damn, you're good. I know. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Kipling, I'm not giving you any steak. Get out of here. Megan should have left work by now. She's probably driving. She's on her way home. But tomorrow, just like we did with you, Taff, I'm going to be making some baby back ribs with collard greens. Collard greens, cornbread. I'm going to be smoking them in the smoker for like 6 hours. But that means that tonight I need to get these marinating. 14 days is so long. I know. Well, you know what? 6 months is long, Ren. That's how old Remy is now. The ribs were so good. I'm glad you enjoyed them, Tef. Ebcash, I hope you didn't leave. Do collard greens get smoked? No, we smoke a different kind of green around here. Happy 420. Nom, 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 nom. I've not done ribs on stream yet, everybody. It's such a long, not convoluted, but it's just, it has a lot of time requirements for it. I'm like, how can I do this? How can I make this into a show? I mean, I can make multiple racks and start them at different times. Like we kind of did with our creme brulee class, where I had a set of creme brulees that were already done. And so when our other creme brulees went in the oven that we made on stream, I pulled out the finished creme brulees and we topped them with sugar and we torched them there. We torched the done ones. Ribs are, you know, they're a horse of a different color though, because, well, they're not cheap, you know. You want to pay $15 to $18 for a rack of ribs. Already saving my money up to come visit Logan again. The food is that good, Tef? Good, I'm glad to hear it. I think to keep these off to the side. We'll serve up our beef when Megan gets home. Beef, chimichurri, and snacks. That's what's for dinner tonight. And you're gonna like it. Why? I don't like. It's just so good. Chimichurri is the best steak sauce, hands down. But yeah, with Tastemate, guys, next week, I originally had this class scheduled for April 27th, but then I realized that we're going to be going up into the mountains with Kevin and Kathy the day before on Tuesday. I was like, well, shit. I guess I'm going to have to reschedule the stream. And then I went to go reschedule it on Tastemate, and what that does is it would like delete everybody who had already signed up for the class. We've got like 8 people signed up for the class so far. And instead of causing a bunch of hullabaloo and losing viewers over on that platform, I was like, I'll just do the Argentinian steak class on the 20th when I'm here, and then I have the ability to just replay it through OBS and send it out live remotely, hopefully. You know, I think my plan is going to be I'm going to reach out to Mayor Wirtz, and I'm going to ask him. I'm going to send him the file and give him all of my credentials and be like, hey, could you just make sure to play this like at this RTMP address at this time next week? I'll throw him some money. I'll give him something. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something for Kyle. Who knows? April 27th is my birthday. Oh, nice. Nice, Rin. Well, happy early birthday, since I'm not going to be around to say that to you in person. So I'm glad you're another year older. You made it. You made it another year. 3-hour hot grill camp, hot grill summer. We got some St. Louis pork spare ribs right here. Okay. So let's open these up. Remy is so worth the visit. The food is second, Maggie third, grandparents fourth, and the view 5, and then Logan. That's fair. Oh my gosh, I gotta eat my steak here real quick. I can't let this perfectly good steak go to waste. Wow. I think my sign-off got rid of like 10 viewers right there. I don't know how. God decided I should live another year, and I'm going to make it everyone's problem. I'm going to make it everyone's problem. Good. You should. God. Okay. I'm just gonna hang out. So guys, on the docket for next month, I've got carbonara, chicken cordon bleu the week after. Carbonara is May 4th. Cordon bleu is the, what would that be, the 13th? And then like the 20th of May. What do I have for the 20th of May? I guess what I'm asking is, what do you guys want to see me do here on stream again? Or what do you think our classes here in May should be? Because right now, what I've got planned, I'm pulling up my calendar. The hell is going on? That was weird. Glad that happened after. So we got authentic carbonara on Wednesday, the 4th of May. The 11th, we're making chicken cordon bleu. The 18th, our dessert for the month, I have planned carrot cake. And then on Wednesday, the 25th of May, I'm thinking braised beef short ribs, and we'll accompany that with some polenta. What other dishes do you guys think we should be doing in the coming weeks? What would you like to see us make? Do you not have family members that need food? No, Megan's not home yet. And it's only 4:40 in the afternoon right now. Been on for an hour and 40 minutes. Beef Wellington, god damn it. Everyone always says beef Wellington. Why do people like beef Wellington so much? It's not even that great. Filet, I mean, it's filet. What does puff pastry add? What does mushroom, duxelle, and a little bit of ham and mustard add? I mean, yeah, it's a good dish, but Gordon Ramsay has taken this and made it so that, like, if you're not teaching beef Wellington, you're not a chef. Beef Wellington is the biggest pain in the ass to make, and everybody wants to go from 0 to 60. Like, nobody at the beginner level is going to make a good beef Wellington. It's not going to happen. And so it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Everybody wants to do it, but then when they end up doing it, they end up fucking it up. And then that looks bad on me, right? Like, oh, well, the class didn't turn out great. We made beef Wellington. I don't know, everybody wants to do beef Wellington. It's just such a pain in the ass. I don't know. Orchietti pasta from scratch. Ren, isn't that how we met? If I remember correctly, you popped in for our Orchietti stream. That was a good one. I might do Orchietti again. It's a long time since I made gnocchi. Yeah! Bring back the lamb and gnocchi class. Butternut squash Wellington. That was funny, Snake Eye. Maybe. Something with phyllo pastry? Ah, like spanakopita? Maybe we do some spanakopita? Let's think about the time of year that we're gonna be making this food. I mean, it's gonna be in June. Because that's gonna be June menu when it's coming out. What do you guys like to eat during the summer? We'll probably do another grill day, because it's still gonna be beautiful weather. People are gonna be wanting into grill season. What are some good grilled items? Oh. You know what I made? I made tacos al pastor. Like authentic tacos al pastor. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, just for a dinner we were having with our neighbors over. That was so good. And when I mean authentic, I mean, I made my own achiote paste for the marinade, which the achiote paste is like 1 of 10 ingredients that go in that marinade. That's how granular I got with that recipe. Dude, I've been working on a way to mass produce gnocchi boards. Maybe I'll post them for sale during the next gnocchi class. Snake Eye, I will promote the hell out of you. Again, you know my reach. I can barely get 10 people into a class together, but that'd be awesome, man. I'd be happy to help you out with that little project. That'd be awesome. I do love that gnocchi class. The gnocchi class is good. I might switch up the protein, because with the gnocchi class, we do like a braised lamb shank. But the gnocchi takes at least an hour and a half, if not 2 hours, to make up. So that's a good fill-in time for something that's braised, like a lamb shank. It takes so long to properly braise something. But gnocchi also takes a little bit too. You ever made Scotch eggs? Jessica, we actually did. We did Scotch eggs for one of our classes back in the fall. I think it was in September. I did a Scotch eggs class. I do like a green chili Scotch egg. So there's like chopped up green chilies in with the pork sausage that we put on the outside of our soft boiled eggs. I should do Scotch eggs. How are you with ethnic curries? Well, Rin, I'm pretty good with curries, you know. What ethnicity are you thinking? Like Ethiopian curries? Not very familiar with them. Indian curries? I've made a few. And we did samosas here on the channel a couple of weeks ago. Logan for grilling, how about a skewer class? I'm gonna make 3 different kinds of skewer. I would kind of with vegetable and throw out filet instead of just randomly. Interesting, yeah. We should utilize some skewers. Do like a kebab or maybe like a lamb kefta. That's good. I like that. I like the kebab idea. You know, for the gnocchi, if we just wanted to focus on the gnocchi and not have to worry about the long braising time for a protein and whatnot, I have a pumpkin gnocchi recipe that I've done in the past. And it's not very June. Maybe I should save that for the fall. But it's like pumpkin gnocchi with a brown butter sage kind of topping with it and some Parmesan and whatnot, just as its own standalone dish. It's really good. Make Velveeta fudge. How about you? You know what? I'm not going to say what I was about to say. I'd love to see you guys do more with fish again, like filleting fish for a meal or something. Oh, you know, I do need to focus more on some fish. I've got a good recipe for a stuffed fish with like Castelvetrano olives and tomatoes and whole basil leaves and some potatoes in there. I don't remember if it was a branzino or like a trout. We'll figure it out. Ooh, aloo gobi I have written down as an idea as well. My partner would love pumpkin gnocchi. I thought your partner was Tef. You can just say Tef. I do need a summer salads class. Possible to do a duck class? We could totally do duck snake eye. I have a really good Parisian duck with like pomme parisien and seared duck breast with a cherry sauce. We could also confit. I'll show you guys how to confit duck. I'm horny now. Duck makes me horny. Wow. What else though in terms of salad? How do you do a salad stand out? I had this, I was gonna make this fried lemon salad with a pistachio gremolata the other day. This is like a dinner idea. I didn't end up making it though. I should revisit that. Ugh. I'm sorry, Jessica, for that reaction, but like, Calamari is not one of my favorite things. I don't think you'll really see squid here on the channel, to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of calamari. Potato salad, says Snake Eye. Maybe that could be a component in our rib class. Triad, happy Wednesday to you. We use Alton Brown's method for duck. Butterfly it and cover it in salt, then stick it in the fridge for 3 days. Wash the salt off, dry it, and then roast it. Oh, very nice. I've never made Alton Brown's version of duck like that. A strawberry trifle. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm writing that down. Because I need dessert ideas. I don't make dessert too much. You hate calamari? Why'd you suggest calamari then, Jessica? Mountain oysters. What's up, Swamp Wolf? Happy Wednesday to you. Rocky Mountain oysters. Never eaten them. I don't think I ever will. There's novelty to them, but it doesn't enthrall me enough. I want to make it myself, especially having to handle bull testicles myself. No, thank you. I think it makes an oyster stuffing to go with it, but I'm unsure. Oh, okay. Oyster stuffing and duck, you mean? Ooh, I do like oysters. Oh, you don't like oysters, Jessica? Well, that's where we differ. I love me some oysters. Fucking fish and chips, mate. That's kind of an Australian mate. But that sounds good. Ah, zabayon with berries and cream. I've not done a zabayon in a minute, but zabayon, I have a recipe for zabayon with a Zinfandel. What do we do the zabayon over? I think it was just like standalone zabayon served in a cup. Smoked oysters in a half shell. Oh, I love like good oysters. So down at Whole Foods, guys, if you weren't aware, at least the Whole Foods out here in Denver, Colorado, because I've been to a couple of them and they all do it. They have a buck a shuck on Fridays, which means you can go in and you can get $1 oysters a piece. They're usually like $2 to $3.50 per oyster, depending on the variety you're getting. So it's a great deal. They'll even shuck them for you there, although I never get them shucked there. I only just buy them for $1 a piece and take them home. Because if they shuck them there, you lose a lot of the jus, a lot of the juice, a lot of the liqueur, that's the word for it, the liqueur that's inside of your oysters. Trifles, mousses, ooh, cannolis. Cannolis is a great idea, Rin, thank you. People are gonna think I'm Italian. I'm not. Those dirty Italians. Oh, just put some gloves on. So to clean up our ribs here and marinate them, everybody, I need to remove this piece of connective tissue that runs along the backside of our pork ribs. I don't like oysters either, and yes, I have tried an oyster or two. Yeah, well, I like we always say, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum or, you know, shame you for not liking a kind of food that I like. But I really do enjoy oysters. Makes me think if you were to eat a baby jellyfish with a shit ton of salt. Have you eaten a baby jellyfish, Jessica? Because that's something I would not eat. I would not be partial to trying jellyfish. Ugh. Hi. Hey, Bubba. How are you? Hey, thanks for the smile. You're a good boy. Come here. Come here. Yeah, it's okay though. There he is. Hey everybody, this is my mom. Or do you not want to be on stream? That's all right. This is my mom. Say hello.
Hey there.
Hi, boy. What you doing? You see yourself on the camera? What are you doing?
Hey guys. Have fun.
Have fun. We're just doing some ribs. We're getting the ribs marinated for tomorrow. Steak's done. I got chimichurri done. That's gonna be dinner, but I'm just waiting for Meg to get home.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever you need. Go ahead. Hi. Hi. Hey. You got a cute suit on today. Or those golf carts? Where'd you get that? Did you bring that?
I did.
That's so cute. I love that. It's adorable.
You're a little golfer.
Yeah. Everyone in chat says, hello, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hello, Mom. Nice meeting you. Hi, Remy. I'm still wondering why you have not pet the kitty yet. Hey, what are you doing, slobber guts? All right, let's get this other rack of ribs opened up, guys. I know, Jessica. I do too, all the time, even when he's sleeping. It's funny, you like put him down for bed and then I get on my phone and I look at pictures of him from the day on my phone. He's addicting. And he's so good. He's already sleeping through the night. He's 6 months old, and I think we've had one wake up here in the past week that was between the hours of like 6, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. We've only had one wake up. He's doing so well with the sleep. He's drinking, I think yesterday he had 39 ounces of milk, so he's just eating like a fiend. He's not a picky boy. He's starting his solid foods. So yeah. Everything is going quite well. He couldn't be cuter. It was an awesome feeling to be allowed to hold him. You two were cute as a button, Teff. All right, everybody. So there's this backside of our ribs that we need to get trimmed up. And how I do this is I'll take a knife and I'll put it down in the very bottom corner of the ribs and just get under that little piece of skin just to give myself a good starting point. So this flap is up right here. Let's go over to 7. Like this flap on the outside edge of the pork ribs, this is now cut open. It's up. So it's very slippery. It's hard to get a good grip on it. So what I do is I take a paper towel and I grab the outside of that flap with the paper towel, and then I start pulling that up. Now if I can get a good grip. How about we go to 6? There we go, that's a little higher view. Okay, so I just want to get this whole thing like started on one side. There we go, and then when I've got like the full back of it peeled up, then I'll start pulling with the paper towels. Then it'll just come right off. How about that? Now it did tear before I was able to get all the way to the end, so you kind of got to go back and pull these excess pieces off. Aw, Uncle Taff. Yep, Uncle Taff. And that usually only extends like right down here. It follows this line along the back side of the ribs. So that's already peeled. Let's do the second one. There's really nothing else that we need to do to these ribs other than remove this membrane here from the back. So let's do it one more time. Score it at all? Where would you normally score it, Rim? Because no, I gotta be honest with you, I don't normally score it. Are you talking about scoring to remove this membrane, or scoring like the other side, the top of the ribs? That's satisfying when it comes off in a nice big chunk like that. And I've got some hanging out here up top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in here. Whoop. Fuck. There we go. I don't know, for some reason it's always something I've done to score across the bones. Interesting. I guess I'm like I said, I've never done it. I don't know what purpose exactly it serves, but let me see if I'm getting you right. Like just moving like this. Does that make it easier to like move? The flavor slips in the flavor seeps in a bit more, because I've seen that. Jessica, I swear to God, I'm not gonna have any limeys telling me how to do barbecue. So you just get the hell out of here with that. You heard? Oh, look who it is. Hey, Sweet Pea, how are ya? We're just finishing up stream. You are privileged, Ren. I take you seriously. I know you're professional. Not like these other fucking jokers come in here, tell me what to do. You know, oil doesn't work in your pasta water. Don't tell me how to do my job. Did you know that you can take your eggshells and you can use them for blah, blah, blah? Ooh. We go to 7. Now this is Woody's cooking sauce. It is a concentrated marinade that you can find at the grocery store. At least you can find it in Safeways out here. I like this stuff a lot. Woody knows what he's doing. Oh, sorry, Ren, I just saw your message, but she already went upstairs. I will tell her when she gets back down, okay? Dig the panorama. Hell yeah, thank you, Ren. We got new cameras up on stream, baby. I'm just gonna rub every inch of our pork down here with our marinade. I'm gonna get some of the excess off of this side. That way I can scoop some of it up. I brought on the back side of these ribs. Shaking his meat on camera. Yep, there I go. As usual. Ooh, boy. I do love me some barbecue. Love me some barbecue. Yeah, let that flavor seep into the scores you made. Don't need you bunch of limeys in here. This is America, okay? Invented barbecue. Not really. It was kind of like the Germans and German immigrants in Texas taking that culture of smoked meats and then applying it to American ingredients. Blah, blah, blah. That's kind of the story of barbecue. Okay. Ooh. Look at that. I wish you could smell it in here right now, guys. It's so smoky. Did you already say what you're using for the marinade? Snake Eye, I did, but it's just a jarred sauce that I found. It's called Woody's Cookin' Sauce. It is gluten-free, but it's a barbecue concentrate and marinade sauce. I just find this at Safeway. I found it a few years ago, and I've been using it ever since. You can make your own marinade. You can just do this with your own, barbecue sauce that you make at home. And it's totally up to you. I really like this stuff. You're supposed to add water to it, because it's a concentrate, but I don't. It makes the ribs taste amazing. Tef can vouch for that. He's had my ribs. Okay. Let's get these wrapped in some plastic wrap. Dukes! Oh my gosh. Is that you, Tony? Tony, what are you doing, sweetheart? It is so good to see you, my dear. Big shout out to you from our lovely family in Colorado. Mom, would you bring Remy over here one last time? We had a friend join us. Tony, you want to see the baby? Oh, look who it is. This is my mom, by the way. And this is my baby. Hi, how are you? Come here. Come here, boy. Oh, you just ate? Did you just eat? Are you an eating boy? Are you a good boy? Oh, you're so sweet. You see this? These are ribs down here. You see the ribs? Look at the ribs, not the screens. Don't pay attention to the screens. You're obsessed with the screens. Hi, Mom, says Tony.
Logan,
Can I get you to laugh on stream?
stride. Keep it going. Yes, well done.
Yeah,
Let's
yes, sir.
go.
He's not smiling. He might be a little tired. He just had a little bit of milk. Oh, mwah. Love you, baby. But what are you up to, Dukes? How you doing?
Logan, don't panic.
How are you and your lovely husband? I miss you guys. We need to plan a trip here soon. Wait. Hold on. Dukes, are you Tony? I'm remembering now. And Luke the Duke, I think, was was Tony's name. So, whoever you are, if this is not Tony, you know, I just showed you my kid and everything, thinking you were a family friend. Which is fine. I don't care if you see my kid. But happy Wednesday to you, even though I forgot exactly who I was talking to, clearly. Sorry about that. No, nothing in chat. Dukes was like, this was too weird. I'm getting out of here. This guy is being way too familiar. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm not Tony. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, Dukes. I confused you with my other friend who's a friend of the family. They live in Utah now. They moved away from Denver. But her handle was Luke the Duke. And so I saw Dukes, and I mean, she's not been around the stream, and probably since you have. But it's great that you're back. What have you been up to? We're just finishing up a Wednesday weeknight dinner here where we made some Argentinian steak. Now, obviously, this is not steak. I'm getting ahead of the game for tomorrow because I plan on making some smoked ribs, which is what these are. So they need to marinate here over the night. So we already finished our chimichurri sauce, and our flank steak has been on the grill. Maggie's already in pajamas. That took about 5 minutes to getting home from work.
I haven't worn dressy pants in a long time.
I know, it's good to get out of them though. Hi, sweet boy. You're so good. You're a good boy. Look, you're just all smiles on the other side of the camera. You won't smile for everybody on stream. You're such a jerk. Anyways, I'm glad you're here, fam. So guys, with our ribs, we're gonna put those in the cooler overnight. I'll start smoking those probably around 11 a.m. tomorrow. Getting them nice and juicy. All good. Just made some pork chops with a horseradish and scallion sauce. That sounds absolutely delightful, Dukes. Post that recipe if you got it. Kipling, get out of the way. Little idiot. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially come to the end of this stream. I know I faked you out earlier, thinking that we were signing off when I was just signing off for our Tastemade friends. But it's been a pleasure cooking with you here this afternoon. I hope that you guys go and make this at home. If you'd like to recreate this Argentinian steak and chimichurri recipe, you can exclamation point menu or exclamation point recipe in chat. Just go over to our website, seek out the class guides tab, and that'll show you our Argentinian steak. And that's right at the very top of the list because it begins with an A. And that has our recipe, a shopping list, nutritional information, an equipment guide, everything that you're gonna need to recreate this for yourself at home. I hope that you guys got a lot out of this today because that's our goal here. It was great to catch up with you guys. It was great to see Ren. It was great to see Dukes. It was great to see Blob and Fourth Room TV, all these wonderful people who come by who've just been great friends over the years. Irish Kate as well. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate your support. If you guys would like to help make Ingrediology possible, you can go over here to this link that I have posted down in the bottom corner of the screen at ko-fi.com/Ingrediology. Any small contribution helps to make our stream possible through hosting fees, software costs, equipment costs, and grocery bills that we have to pay to make this free for everyone. I'm trying to decide what I want to do for our special guest, our special subscriber-only stream here in the month of May, all right? So let's discuss that a little bit, Moz. I've got some ideas. What if we did like a Friday Night Bites with Mayor Wirtz and we made it a subscriber-only kind of thing? That's one idea I got popping around. I don't know. I've not talked to Mayor Wirtz about it at all. I'm sure he'd probably be down. But you know what? I don't want to be advertising something that we don't even have the plans out there for yet. But something like that, because we didn't really get that much of a response from the Zoom class that we put out on April 9th with our chicken tinga tostadas. One person showed up, to be honest with you. So I'm just looking for something that you guys are truly going to find value in and want to show up to time and again. All right? So with that, Orca Paca, you just showing up? I need some opinions. Oh crap, I did just come here at the end of the stream. I want to cook with you. Well, hell yeah, Ren, that'd be awesome. That'll be next May. Orca, real quick, what do you need? We'll delay the ending of the stream for you right now, my friend, and then we're gonna sign off. Taff, could you find somebody to raid into at the moment? Somebody good, one of our old friends, somebody who's online. What are you thinking, Orca? Yes, we do know Josh Weissman. Yep, we know who that is. I like Josh Weissman. Josh Weissman just hit 6 million subscribers. He had like a video on his stream, on his thing. He's doing a kitchen makeover giveaway. Oh, that'd be fun. Okay, and to get in, you need to send the best food picture you have. Well, we all saw how that went down on Food Beast. Ms. Ruby's good. Yeah, let's go to Ms. Ruby. What is the most photogenic food? Good question. Mashed potatoes, says Megan.
Because they use it to photograph.
Sure. I have a free day tomorrow anyways. You know what? The most engagement that I've ever gotten from a single post was when I did braised short ribs. When I did my braised short ribs, red wine sauce, and you're able to just take your fork and like cut right down through to the bone. That got a lot of likes. That got a lot of traction for me on social media. So that's my own personal opinion. I'll let you guys sort it out here in chat. No, it's a genuine question. Them ribs though, the ribs were really good too. Oh, we've not rated Rusty at all. And we've not even been online while Rusty's there. Let's go to Rusty. Am I spelling that correctly? It's with a Z. All right, there we go, guys. We got the raid dialed in. But yeah, try some short ribs, Orca Paca. And we're going to be doing short ribs coming up here in May. I'll be posting that recipe here in the next week on our website. Guys, if you'd like to join us for future classes, we're here every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we'll see you here May the 4th for our carbonara stream. I won't be around here April 27th. We're going to be on a trip to the mountains, even though I will be playing a pre-recorded stream, but we will not be live that day. I hope you all stay safe, and I'm looking forward to cooking with you here again. So thanks for joining us here on Ingrediology. Peace.